Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. What you're hearing in the background, this is the Night Beats from their first album, and the song playing is called Puppet on a String. Great stuff from Tacoma, Washington in the early 2000s. This band's still around. They're still putting albums out, but these first two albums they did are excellent. Excellent garage site. Great stuff. Turn this down. Okay, today's video is going to be this number 2 of my Antacid Archives. A lot of people are doing the Acid Archives videos with the book, but I don't have the book. So I just call mine the Antacid Archives, and I'll show you some Psych stuff. So jump right into it. And first up, this is Index. This is a band from New York City. This was recorded like between 66 and 68. But man, this is really good. The guitar sound is kind of like surf rock mixed with like Velvet Underground and other Psych elements to it, but it's really, really good. They do a killer version of 8 Miles High, the Bird song, and they also do a version of You Keep Me Hanging On, the Supreme song that was also done by Vanilla Fudge. But yeah, great stuff. Index this is a collection of tracks that they did. This came out in 1984, but like I said, the stuff recorded on here is like between 1966 and 1968. But great stuff. Index. And up next, this is the 49th Parallel. This is another one of those bands that they never recorded an album. They just recorded a bunch of singles, and this is like a compilation of all their singles, but pretty good stuff. There's some of it's like more pop Psych than Psych, and then there's other songs on here that are a little more harder edge Psych. But still, pretty good album, 49th Parallel. They do songs like Laborer, You Do Things, Citizen Freak is really good, Close the Barn Door, Twilight Woman, Now That I'm a Man, Up to No Good. Just great stuff. Really good garage Psych, pop Psych. I'm not sure where these guys are from, and this stuff that was recorded in the late 60s. It doesn't really say on here, but yeah, pretty good stuff if you want to check out the 49th Parallel. Really good garage Psych. And up next, this is a band called Mythos from Germany. This originally came out in, of course it doesn't say, I'm guessing about 1970 or 71. This is a reissue from 2008 on the Ore label. But yeah, this is really good. Some of the instruments they use on here are like sitar, a guitar, synthesizers, and like percussion. This is all written in German, so it's kind of hard to figure out what they mean. But yeah, it's great. Mostly instrumental, really long psychedelic jams. Just great stuff. I love that cover. The full effect of the cover there. Inside, great artwork on this. But yeah, really good stuff. kind of like mellow a little bit, and then some parts it gets really intense, but overall it's a great Psych album. It's Mythos from, I'd say, 1970 or so. The German band, but great album. And up next, this is Twink, Think Pink. Twink, of course, was, he was all over the place. He was a member of the Pretty Things for a while. He was in the Deviants. He was in the Pink Fairies. And this album, he recorded with members of the Pink Fairies, and I think Mick Farren is also on here. But yeah, this is really good. It's kind of a mellower Psych at times, but man, is it good. The one song on here, 10,000 Words in a Cardboard Box, is so good. It's just really great album from Twink. A really underrated Psych album. A lot of people in the BC know about this, but yeah, great stuff from Twink. Think Pink from, I think, 69 or 70. Okay, up next, this is UFO, Flying, also titled 1 Hour Space Rock. This is a reissue, an early reissue. This album originally came out in 70, and this is a reissue from 1973, but great stuff. It's exactly what it says, space rock. It's just spacey. It's, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just a great album, really good. The guitarist on here is named Mick Bolton, a fantastic guitarist. You got Pete Way on bass guitar, Andy Parker on drums, and Phil Mogg on vocals. But yeah, great stuff from UFO, early UFO, their second album from about 1970, maybe 69, but good stuff. And up next, this is Tintern Abbey B-side, the anthology. This is another band that never made an album, but they recorded plenty of singles, and this is a comp of those singles. It's a British band, and these songs were recorded between 1966 and 1968. And there was also a few lineup changes. There's pictures of the various lineups of the band. But yeah, this is so good. Like I said, British Psych Pop. This is on, it's a label for you. And the hype sticker that was on the outside of the album. And this also has like a short bio of the band with more pictures. But yeah, really good stuff. Some of it's like hard psych, and some of it's like psych pop, but all of it is just really good. If you like British psych pop or British psych, check out Tintern Abbey. It's great album from them. And up next, this is Tangle Edge, and the title of the album is A Psychological Perspective of Tangle Edge in Search of a New Dawn. But these guys are from Sweden. There's two members of the band, and there they are right there. But they're both multi-instrumentalists, play sitar, guitar, synthesizers, keyboards, tom-toms, bass guitar, 12-string acoustic guitar, string ensemble, and a ring-modulated penny whistle. But man, this is incredible. The guitar work on this is so good. It's just just blew me away. I bought this as a blind buy. I had no idea what it sounded like, but just based on the cover alone, I couldn't leave it behind. It was only like 20 bucks. So I got it home and played it, and I was just completely blown away. It's just a great Psych album. This came out in, this is a later period Psych album. This came out in 1989, but man, if you ever see this and you're into Psych, I encourage you to pick this up. It's a great Psych album. Tangle Edge, In Search of a New Dawn. And up next, this is Steppenwolf, early Steppenwolf. This is recorded live at the Matrix in San Francisco in 1967. This was actually recorded when they were still calling themselves the Sparrows. And they also had Mars Bonfire, who wrote their song Born to Be Wild. He was in the band at the time of this recording, and he's on lead guitar. And man, is this good. The first side, it's pretty good. It's doing some covers and stuff. They do one original on side one. It's Tighten Up Your Wig, which turned up on, I think, their first album. And side two is The Pusher. It's 21 minutes and 36 seconds. And it starts out as just this psychedelic jam, and it goes for a good 10 minutes before it turns into The Pusher. But man, it's so good. It's a great Steppenwolf album, very underrated. Probably an early recording. Well, it is an early recording, but like I said, 1967. I think their first album came out in 68. But at any rate, if you like Steppenwolf, you should check this album out. It's a great Psych album. And up next, this is Lynn County, and the name of the album is Proud Flesh Soothsayer. But yeah, this is pretty good. It's kind of organ dominated, keyboard dominated. There's some pretty good guitar on here, and this is like pretty easy to find, and it's usually pretty cheap. I think I paid about $10 for this at a half-price books. But yeah, this is really good. If you ever see this, you're into Psych, you might want to pick it up. Really good stuff on here. Some of the songs, like Moon Food is real good. Cave Song, Protect and Serve Bad Things, which is like a long Psych jam. But yeah, just great stuff from Lynn County. I guess it's what you would call cheap heat, because you can find it pretty easily and then pretty affordable. But great stuff from Lynn County. And I think that was from 1968. And up next, this is Frigid Pink, Defrosted. This is their second album. This is more Psych than their first album. Their first album was kind of like a blues rock. This is more Psych rock, but really good. Really good stuff on here. Song like Black Lace, Sing a Song for Freedom, I'll Never Be Lonely, Pain in My Heart, which is a cover of an old song. I think, well, maybe not. Okay, that's not a cover. Scratch that. So anyway, yeah, pretty good stuff from Frigid Pink, their second album, kind of a hard bluesy Psych. Good stuff. And up next, this is a band from the Netherlands, Group 1850, and their album called Agimo's Trip to Mother Earth. It's kind of a concept album. Tells a story of a young boy who lived on a distant planet, and he grew up hearing tales from his father about a place called Mother Earth. And when he grew up, he went to visit the planet, and when he got there, he was disillusioned by the greed and the violence and the war and all that stuff. So that's basically what the story is in here. But man, this is so good. It's one of the best Psych albums I've ever heard, really. But yeah, this came out in 1967, I believe. But it's just so good. I don't know what more to say about it. It's just, you gotta hear this to really know how good it is. I can't put it into words. But yeah, Group 1850, Agimo's Trip to Mother Earth. Oh, and this, see the cover there is a little off. This comes with 3D glasses for the cover there. It's a little, if you can see, it's a little off there with the 3D glasses for it. But yeah, pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, great album. This is Music on Vinyl reissue from about 10 years ago. But the original album came out like in 1967. But great stuff from Group 1850. A fantastic Psych album. And up next, this is H.P. Lovecraft, their first album, their debut album. Really good stuff on here. These guys, a lot of them were like classically trained musicians, but the stuff on here is just great. Wayfaring Stranger is good. Let's Get Together, The Drifter, That's the Bag I'm In, The White Ship, The Time Machine, all pretty good stuff from H.P. Lovecraft. Their first album from, I believe, 1967. But, yeah, great stuff. H.P. Lovecraft. And it's a few more here. Up next, it's a classic Hawkwind, Space Ritual, their classic live album. This came out originally in 1973, and this is an original press. And opens like this, and then like this. Whoop. There's the two records. But this will give you an idea of what it's like. Pretty cool stuff, I'd say. But yeah, there you go. Hawkwind. This is a classic album. A lot of people know about this. A lot of people have this in their collection. But just great stuff from Hawkwind. I'm not going to say too much more about it because everybody knows it. Hawkwind, Space Ritual. And up next, got two more here. Up next, this is Jimi Hendrix Experience and from live in Paris from 1967. This was a Record Store Day release from a few years ago. This is an excellent recording. I mean, Hendrix is in the top form on this, and it's just so good. Stone Free, Hey Joe, Fire, Catfish Blues is great. The Wind Cries Mary, Rock Me Baby, Red House, Purple Haze, and Wild Thing. But great stuff from Jimi Hendrix. live from Paris in 1967. And the last one here, this is Love Sculpture, Forms and Feelings. I think this was their first album. Maybe not. Maybe their second album. I know they have at least one other album out called Blues Helping. But this is their Psych album, and it is fantastic. Do songs like In the Land of the Few, Seagull, Nobody's Talking, You Can't Catch Me, People, Mars, and the last song on side 2, 11-minute epic called Saber Dance. Great stuff from Love Sculpture with Dave Edmunds on lead guitar. Yeah, before he was in Rockpile and did all his solo stuff. He was in this band in the 60s. But yeah, just great stuff. Really good album from Love Sculpture. I think this came out in, I'm going to say in 1969. So there you go, Love Sculpture, Forms and Feelings. So that's it for this week. Hope you all enjoyed that. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed in the last week, and thanks to everyone who leaves comments. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all enjoying your favorite music and enjoying your weekend. And take care, and I'll see you next week.